how to achieve your goals by tuning into source energy. Today's message comes from Abraham Hicks.
Good afternoon. We are extremely pleased that you're here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You are knowing what you are wanting? Are you enjoying your expansion, even when it is painful? Well, at first it often is. At first, expansion often is uncomfortable, because when you hatch a desire, or you focus on a desire that's been in the works for a while, but you are approaching it from your current perspective of it not looking anything like what you want, there is a vibrational discord within you that is represented to you by your emotional guidance system. So the worse you feel, the more is going right for you. The more you've asked for, the more momentum it has in a vibrational sense in your vibrational reality. It's just that right here, right now, in the time of your negative emotion, you're focused in opposition to who you really are and what you really want. And there are no words that Esther has translated from our vibration more often than those, because that is the most important thing to know and to remember and to let yourself off the hook about. And yet it's the thing that most of you trip up on the most, because you are human creatures, magnificent beings, powerful creators in human form, who have created so much around you that is manifested so that it can be seen and heard and smelled and tasted and touched by you. And you've come to call that, there's a sort of general flawed premise of consensus among you that says that's reality. And we say, of course it's reality, but it's a part of reality. It's only a part of reality. And most important, it's the part of reality that is really past tense in terms of your creativeness. What has manifested is really old news, because once it is manifested, it has played itself out through all the vibrational equivocations. It has become the manifested see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, where you and others can see it and perceive it experience. And so you think it is so real, and it is, but it is not as real or as important as the vibrational reality that is still in the process of becoming. And that's the most difficult thing for you to remember and to soothe yourself with, because what's manifested feels so important when really it's just the bouncing off place for something else. But when you let it be so important that it captures a lot of your attention and a lot of your time, therefore, so that what's dominant in your vibration is what is, what is, what is. How much money do I have? How much worth do I have? How much debt do I have? How many lovers do I have? How many lovers don't I have? Is my lover missing altogether? What is my current reality? What's my current reality right now? Is my current reality right now pleasing me? When others see me, what do they think about me? When I see others, what do I think about others? And so the now reality is a big deal to you all, but we want you to make it not such a big deal. We would like you to accept the wholeness of who you are. We would like you to remember that you are source energy, and that source energy, yes, projected some attention into this physical apparatus that you know as you. But the you that you know as you is only a part of the you that you know as you, and there's another part that is you, that when the you that you think is you combines with the you that you forget is you, when you and you get together, there is an emphasis of life that is inarticulatable. There are no words to describe what it feels like, the love and the power and the clarity and the invincibility that you have access to when you allow yourself to unite with you. Now, you do it sometimes, and some of you do it more frequently than others. Athletes, because of the time they spend on the court or on the field, often are in alignment, and therefore you could say are dominantly in alignment with who they are. And you can tell the ones who really are, because their physical faculties that they've already trained through physicalness, which matters, are now reinforced, supported in this awesome way of non-physical understanding, which means they have access to the laws of physics in a way that most humans never do, and they have it in the moment when it matters. Not only that, they have what you might want to call psychic ability. We want to call it just normal connecting with who you are so that you have a broader point of view. They not only are able to, when they're really in that zone, really tuned in, tapped in, turned on, they're not only able to acknowledge the spatial distance between where they stand in the basket, even though they may never have stood in that precise spot before. They not only have access to what's going on with wind speeds if they're outside, or wind direction if they're outside. They not only have the ability and the mastery of their own muscles, they have knowledge that most humans prevent themselves from having, and they have it in the moment. And that's why they can hit the basket from way on the other side of mid-court, and the crowd goes wild. It's like the luckiest thing they've ever seen. And we say, no, that's not luck. That's shooting the basket with your inner being. That's being in touch with that broader understanding of what the physics of your world are about. Not only that, they're psychic in the way you mean psychic, in that they have a sense of where everybody else is planning to be too. Have you ever watched them playing basketball? Esther likes it. She's down right up where she can see really closely, and she's trying to read everyone's minds. It's quite a minefield. And she watches the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of changes of decisions that take place in one game as one team is adapting to what the other team is doing. Put a different player in, everything changes. Put a different player in, everybody on that team responds differently with that player. And it's not because of the plans or the plays that they've practiced. It's because of what each player is doing individually, vibrationally in that moment on the field. It has to do with the fight that one had with his wife before he got there. It has to do with how much sleep that one got. It has to do with how tuned in they are, period. Because if they're tuned in with their source, then they can tune in with each other. Even one who's tuned in with his source can tune in with others who are not even tuned into their source, in that they can know what's logical or likely that one's going to do, because everything is always done vibrationally before it is manifested.
That's the video for today. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, love, and light.